Ah, that's got working. Hello, this is Elf778, and I'm here to talk about a few Doctor Who books that I really like. Now, this isn't going to be like all those other book reviews where I just tell you what's on the front and back. No, here I'm actually getting into the book. Now, the book I'm talking about right now is The Eyeless by Lance Parkin. So, to give you the plot in a nutshell, the Doctor lands on this planet called Arcopolis, which has been, basically, the civilization has been destroyed by this giant fortress. Think of a big black pyramid-like thing, which has some kind of bad weapon at the center that must be destroyed. Of course, the Doctor isn't alone on this, because he meets a group of survivors, including some kids named Alsa and Gar, who could be clones of children from the Star Trek episode Miri. Think people, little kids, attacking the Doctor with sharp knives and other homemade weapons. Now, this book is pretty interesting. It also is very depressing. There are significant passages where the Doctor is just lamenting to himself, and lots of mention about the Time War. But he also does some decent thinking about his enemies, and if it's really right that he should be killing all of them, which I'm kind of thinking is not really the best thing. There's a passage in here, if I could only... here it is. The memory of a reptile hand clawing at soot-stained limestone. The Doctor's thoughts had returned to the battle with the dinosaur man in the clock tower of the Houses of Parliament, the Stegosian he told Gar and Alsa about. The Doctor could recall the creature's rank, not his name. There was no one left now who could remind him. The Doctor let the Stegosian captain fall to his death, knowing he was the last of his kind. He remembered the last of the Rachnos, consumed in flames. He remembered the death throes of the Pyrovils. He remembered an army of Daleks sucked into the howling void. He remembered Richard Lazarus, dying in a blitzkrieg of sound courtesy of a cathedral organ and the sonic screwdriver. So as you see, really cheery. Now, I also happen to have another Doctor Who book of this guy, Lance Parkin. This I got off Amazon.com. It's a Missing Adventures with the 5th and 7th Doctors called Cold Fusion. This book also is slightly similar, as it features the Doctor dealing with his past and present, as well as some rogue amnesic time lady, and a bunch of galaxy-destroying bombs. Is it just me, or does Lance Parkin like huge weapons that are poised to destroy anything? If anyone can write a missing adventure novel about the Time War, it should be him. Now, this book can also be hilarious in parts. There is one part which I think is the best line, which includes one of the best and funniest lines I've ever seen in a Doctor Who book. Picture the scene. Tegan has found in a futuristic hotel an Australian man booked in using her last name. She sends Nyssa in to confront the man and catches him stepping out of the shower. Caught red-handed, Nyssa shrieks, "I'm the maid! My friend says you're not Australian!" and runs out of the room. When Nyssa explains her plight, Tegan says, "You were in there 2 minutes!" So, although it can be depressing, it can also be pretty good. There is lots of introspection about the Doctors in both these books. And if you like the 10th Doctor, you will definitely like this. It's full of all his characteristic mannerisms and repeating words, but it also really gives depth into his character and what he's thinking. Basically, I'm thinking that the Doctor, with companions, kind of focuses on the companions and not the Doctor. But here, you get the Doctor, and maybe that's the better thing. Now, this isn't going to be the end of my reviews. I will be reviewing more books and episodes. I, for one, cannot wait to see Planet of the Dead, and I hope that you can't either. Now, before we leave, I have to introduce a friend. Hello! This is Addie. I'm in adipose. She says I'm not bad. I know. She'll be helping me with my episode reviews. And please subscribe! Thanks. Bye! Well, let me see. How did the Doctor say I could turn off this video camera?